Hi guys, May Flom here, and I've got a stamped image here on my mat already loaded. I stamped it and I watercolored it a bit, and I want to cut it out and make a card. So, you know I love my ScanNCut, and I'm just going to show you really quick just the highlights of making a card like this. First thing we're going to do is scan it in, and you'll note that I use the direct cut. The way I know the difference scan to cut means I want you to just take a look at this, scan it, and then I'll have you cut it out on something else. Direct cut means I'm going to want you to cut out right what is on that paper. So we scan it in. And once scanned, I'm just going to frame up this image, just bring the edges in. It'll only take just a second to recognize it, and I love that there's the progress bar there. And as you can see, it's recognizing everything. I'm going to say okay, and then what I'm going to do is give it an outline distance, and I'm going to give it a 0.08 distance, and go ahead and cut. Now on this image, I knew that it was likely to be really funky because the scanner picked up all of the smudgy watercolor bits. I am okay with that. In fact, I wanted that. I wanted it to have a really rough, rugged looking edge. The only spot that I don't love is up here where the yellow is. Well, guess what, guys? Especially since it's imperfect as it is because of all of the smudgy watercolor bits, I can just trim that off if there's a part that I'm not wild about. No problem, I can trim it off, but I'm going to leave the rest of it all wild and funky, and now we are ready to assemble our card. Next up, I want a banner, and I can cut this out of anything. I am going to take just white cardstock. Now what I'm going to do is, you see this button right here? If I push it and it's purple, what I can do is resize just the height or just the width. This is going to warp some shapes and designs, but for something like a banner, this is an absolutely fantastic way to size, or rather resize, for example, to make a nice skinny banner or a thick banner, whatever you might like. I'm going to go ahead and cut 3 of these out. I'm going to cut 3 of these out because when I'm going to go ahead and do a basic like this that I use a lot, I like to go ahead and make a couple extras so that I have them. And then just go ahead and cut. Here I have got a 4 1/4 inch square card, and I've got some pink mulberry paper mounted there, and I've got my flower bouquet here. Now I'm going to take some dye ink and just edge one of my banners here, since I'm only going to need one of them. You can lightly bend it if you need to get in those edges. What I like about doing this is it's just going to add a little bit of detail here for my project, and then I'm going to place it like so. Oh, and I like how that's going to work out. And then what I'm doing now is just to look and see. Yes, I think I see where I like it. I'm just going to take some black ink now, still dye ink, and I'm getting way down low and looking here to make sure I'm stamping it where I want it, just to make sure it fits right in there. How nice is that? Now all I've got left here is that we're going to add a few little dimensional embellishments. And now we can just take some liquid adhesive and finish off our card. So easy, so much fun. And you know, the coloring that I did initially on this stamp, I was just playing around with a few little watercolors, and you know, I'm loving how this turned out, and it's coming together so nicely, so quickly, so easily. And I love having the ability to make custom die cuts any size, any shape that I want. And this being National Craft Month, of course, all I can think about is all kinds of fun ways to bring more crafting into my everyday. So I'm having a lot of fun with this little card and all of my projects that I'm dreaming up here. So a few little sequins, I think a few little beads would be nice as well. I'll put some beads in the middle of some of my sequins. Okay, like so. And then I also am thinking about adding a few more spots, a few more little beads here and there. But I haven't totally decided on if I want to do that or not. I want to take, what I like to do is, like in this example, I put a few things down and take a pause and take a little look at it. And as I do so, I'm feeling like, yeah, I would like Not a ton, just a few more little accents. And actually what I think I would like is a few little pink accents just to kind of tie all of that together. So I've got my little pink and white seed beads out. Gonna add a few of those just here and there. Really not a lot needed to finish up this card, which I absolutely love because it's a lot of fun play without a huge amount of time, which always is a plus in my schedule. I don't know about you, but it seems like these days, if I can just get 5 or 10 minutes at a time, I'm doing really well. So this is great, a great project for something like that. And I also love, like you saw, how I made several of the banners. So being able to work in batches is always a plus. All right, guys, I think I am good. I think I am going to leave this as it is. Not going to add any more to it, although there's a sequin right here. I think I'll just go ahead and throw in there. But other than that, I think we're good. I think we're ready to send this off. The only thing it wants is one of my favorite things to do, which is just flick a little bit of golden mist as a finishing touch and bring it all together. All right, guys, if you have any questions, feel free to leave me a comment. Until next time, I wish you very happy crafting.